So you're planning a wedding without a wedding planner and you're not sure where to begin? In this video, I'm going to give you 5 important items that you need to think of when you're planning your wedding. So you're planning a wedding without a wedding planner and you're not sure where to begin? In this video, I'm going to give you 5 important items that you need to think of when you are planning your wedding. My name is Sam, I'm a wedding photographer here in Ottawa. In this video, I'm going to basically run you through all the steps you need to think of when you are planning your wedding. Number 1 item that you need to think of is your budget. Your budget sets the tone for your wedding. It will basically determine whether you have the dream wedding that you've been thinking of since you were a child, the most luxurious wedding that you've ever dreamt of, or an average to below average wedding. Your budget is everything. First thing you want to do is put a list together. A list of all the things that is important to you and all of the things that you can do without. Then the next item you need to think of is the date of your wedding. Alright? You want to plan at the minimum 12 months ahead. You can do it in 6. However, be ready to compromise with the venues. Ideally, you will start 18 months in advance. That will give you your first pick of all the weddings, all the venues. But 12 months is plenty enough. 6 months, you're cutting it short. Your wedding venue comes next and is arguably the second most important item on your to-do list. Like your budget, your wedding venue will practically affect everything. It will have an impact on your guest list, the size of your guest list. It will have an impact on your photographer, as the quality of lighting can mean the difference between amazing photos that you will cherish for the rest of your life or images that you will be underwhelmed by. A great venue can make your to-do list significantly shorter. We recommend that you look for a venue that offers on-the-spot catering and that has a diverse menu. Some venues will allow you to customize the menu, but that can come at added cost. Others will allow you to lump the cost of the location, the venue itself, the food, and the entertainment into a complete package. Next is the guest list. This is the item that has a lot of potential of introducing strife into your relationship. Not just with your spouse, but with your parents, your future in-laws. And so we recommend that you allow them to have a say in the guest list, depending on who's footing the bill. No more than 30% of the guest list should be decided or determined by your parents. And remember, it is your wedding after all. The next thing you want to think about is who is not going to make the list. You want to trim the fat and expense if you can, and this is a great place to do that. And so you could start with friends that you haven't talked to in years, co-workers, neighbors, kids. A good way to trim and shorten the guest list is to make it an adult-only party. And believe me, your parent guests are gonna thank you for the night off. Now that you have your guest list figured out, the next thing you want to think about is your photography. No matter how great your wedding day was, in several decades you will most likely have forgotten all of the little details about your wedding, and so your wedding album will serve as an opportunity for you to turn back the hands of time. The old cliche is ever true: you get what you pay for. This is one of the few places that we recommend that you don't cut corners, and we think that 10 to 15% of your overall wedding budget is allocated to your photography. Also, when you buy a complete package from a professional wedding photographer, they typically will include an engagement photo session. And so your engagement photo session will be the great opportunity for you to really assess who will be your wedding photographer. You'll get to know them on a personal level, you'll get to see their work, and it'll give you that opportunity to potentially go ahead and hire them for your wedding, or look elsewhere if the images are not up to your standard. The fifth and last item on the list is transportation. When it comes to transportation, you can go about it two ways. I personally believe that the simplest option is often the best option, as well as the least expensive option. Option one, if you decide to host your wedding at a high-end hotel, you could stay the night there and save yourself a late night drive after an energy taxing day. And some venues will allow you to stay at their hotel at no added cost, due to the fact that you are already spending a fortune to host your wedding there. And so that's, me personally, I believe that's the best option. Option two, you could rent a limousine to take you back to your hotel and put a beautiful touch on your evening, on your night, on your wedding, basically with your loved one on one hand and a glass of champagne in the other. In summary, planning for your wedding can be a highly stressful exercise, but with the right strategy, you can remove that stress. Below, you will find a link to a 12-month planning checklist. In there, you will find a monthly breakdown of all the items that you must prepare for, from the venue to the dress to the cake and finally the honeymoon. If you like this content, please hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video.